Hi, I'm Kenny Anderson, Director of Multicultural Affairs for the City of Huntsville, and welcome to Impact. Each week we bring you information about things that are happening in our community, and today will be no different. For many years now, the Huntsville Bible College has been promoting an event that takes place around this time of year called the Vision Banquet. And we're always delighted to be able to feature information about this very important event that supports the college and its mission. Here today to talk to us about that event is one of the co-chairs of the event. She's Marion Guidry. Welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you so much for having us.
It's good to have you today. And of course, this is always an exciting time as this event begins to take shape and you begin getting a little bit closer. Tell us a little bit about what the Vision Banquet is.
I certainly will, and thank you again so much for having us. We're grateful for the opportunity to promote the banquet. Each year, the Huntsville Bible College has a Vision Banquet. It's always the first Friday in June. And the purpose of the banquet, of course, is to provide funding to support the college. What we try to find in our banquet are speakers that are in tune with what is going on in society and provide a vision for us to focus on annually. And this year will be no different. So we're really excited about the annual Vision Banquet this year.
Yeah, well, it is a real exciting thing, especially when you can have an event that kind of combines philanthropy with also the educational mission of the school, as well as the idea that Huntsville Bible College prepares people for so many aspects of work, including ministry, social work, and some other kinds of things. It's really all about connecting people who are students to people. And I think that the banquet is just one more example of how that takes place.
That is correct. And one of the things that I have really admired about the banquet in the past is just the collaborative effort that's exhausted in preparing the banquet. At the banquet, you'll probably see representation from more than 100 churches.
Wow.
And right now we're involved in the planning of the banquet. There are 5 committees, and there are probably 50 or so churches represented in that committee, and just that collaborative effort is a good thing for the community, I think.
Yeah, and you know, you're really hitting on something that we talk about a lot on this show, as well as a lot of the work that I do in the community. It's really all about creating a network of success, and then you only do that by branching out beyond your own zone, your own comfort area, and really connecting with people and collaborating with them in ways that can be beneficial to everyone. So it really sounds like you found a good formula for a win-win event.
I think we have. And one of the things that I so admire, whenever we go to the committee meetings, even though we have that many churches represented, you don't hear a name called of a church. It's all people coming together with a one vision and all working towards executing that vision. That's one of the things that I so admire. When I came to this community back in 1997, when I was looking to engage in something in the community, when I found this venture, I knew I had found that place, because the community does come out and they forget that they are this church or that church or this church, but they all come together, and we are all working to execute Dr. John Clay, who is the president of the college. We are all working to execute his vision. It's just a wonderful thing to behold. It really is.
And when you think about an event called the Vision Banquet,
Yes.
I'm sure that suggests something about this process. Tell us what that is.
Yes, it does. And I'm sure it has to do with the vision of the school. Of course, John Clay would like to expand his courses of study. He'd like to expand his enrollment. And as well, he would like to be able to offer more tuition, to make tuition more affordable. And so he has a vision. And he constantly emphasized that vision during our committee planning activities. And so the Vision Banquet is the annual forum where the forum builds on Dr. Clay's vision, and it tries to give the audience and the churches and participants something to look forward to. And I think every year we're looking forward to what is the vision this year. And the speaker we have is going to be awesome. He's really going to engage.
Well, tell us about your speaker.
I will tell you. Thanks so much for asking.
Perfect timing.
Our speaker is Reverend Damian Durr. He's a youth pastor coming out of Nashville. And if you will just allow me, some of the topics that he's engaged so far this year, he's facilitated topics on juvenile justice, the prison industrial complex, black church studies, cultural criticisms, and that. So we're thinking that he's going to really bring something to the vision this year for us to think about. And so we're excited about Reverend Damien coming in. We think that he's going to really reach out to our youth, our millennials in the community, and we're really looking forward to having him be our banquet speaker this year.
I like the fact that I think a lot of thought is probably given to this process and the planning process. A lot of thought is given to who that speaker, I almost said the perfect speaker, but who that right speaker will be contextually in terms of the concept of a vision banquet, and then a banquet that brings people together in the community around issues that are contemporary issues affecting people. And as you said, a lot of the topics that he has talked about over the past year or so are relevant topics that speak to the needs of people in our day. And I would imagine that would resonate with people who you are actually talking to about the banquet, to not just come hear him, but also let's really come together as a community and begin working together on our challenges.
Absolutely, you're absolutely correct. And there is a full committee that is involved with selecting the right speaker for the occasion. And usually that speaker has to be a relevant speaker, a speaker that is engaged and tied to what's going on in the community. And as you know, many of the topics that I just read that Reverend Damien will bring are relevant topics. And so we believe that we have gotten the right speaker this year. So we're all very excited. Looking forward to June 3rd at 7 o'clock at the East Hall at the VBC. We think we have something, and we're just trying to get that word out to come out and support the annual Vision Banquet.
Yeah. Well, this is interesting too, because a lot of times when we think about banquets and social events like this, we think about celebration. And I'm sure that this is also a celebration of the success of the Huntsville Bible College. 23 years for the Vision Banquet.
That's correct.
What does that say about the sustainability of the work that's being done at the Bible College as well as the banquet itself?
It certainly speaks volumes. The Bible College was established 30 years ago. And the Vision Banquet came a little bit later, but just the fact that the college has survived for 30 years, the Vision Banquet has lasted for 23 years, that speaks volume about the collaborative effort that the community is willing to make. The community, and it had not been for supporters, the community, the churches coming out and supporting it, we would not have lasted for the 23 years. So we just really want to say thanks so much to the community and the supporters and volunteers, because that's really what's built the Huntsville Bible College, and that's why the Vision Banquet has lasted as long as it's lasted. You will not be disappointed. Let me just assure you of that. If you come to the banquet on the 3rd of June, there will be great fellowship. It's wonderful seeing church folk get dressed up and come out and just fellowship. So there'll be great fellowship, there'll be great food, and you will get a great set of talent, because we usually have a dynamic soloist or instrumentalist or something, and then you'll get the word. And I know we will not be disappointed when Reverend Damien braces the podium.
Yeah, and the fellowship. Let's throw in another F there. Food, fun, fellowship.
Absolutely.
Because these kinds of things create the environment for people to come together. Maybe it was last year since some people have seen each other, or maybe it's been multiple years since someone has seen someone. And these kinds of experiences are always special in that way, because you really get a chance, like you said, to dress up, come out to a nice event and a nice venue, and have a really fine time.
Absolutely. It's amazing that you said that many times they have not seen each other, and you're absolutely right. I was remembering last year, just overhearing some of the conversations. I haven't seen you since the last banquet. So it's really a reunion.
Yeah.
People are now seeing it as a reunion, and it's just a beautiful thing. You know, many times some organizations disagree, but this coming together of all of the churches, and again, we'll probably have up to about 100 churches.
That's significant.
That is quite significant.
Yeah.
So we're happy. We're really happy with what this Vision Banquet does, how it brings together the community, and we're just anxiously looking forward to the 3rd of June.
Yeah, and we're always talking on this show and promoting things that are about bringing people together. It's what my office represents. It's about building bridges. It's about opportunities. It's about understanding the challenges that exist and understanding that we have a much greater chance of addressing those issues as a team.
That is correct.
Rather than a fragmented community. And I'm sure that the kinds of experiences that are created from this kind of banquet, as well as the work, again, that's being done through the Huntsville Bible College, is really designed to do that, to really address those issues and identify those points where people can come together on common ground and be able to move the community forward.
That is absolutely correct. You know, there is no I in team. And my perspective of watching the committees work, and we've been meeting and working all this year, making sure that the banquet will be memorable, and it will be a vision banquet because Dr. Clay is a visionary. And every time we're at our committee meetings, Dr. Clay mentions just how appreciative he is because of the collaborative effort. He understands that he cannot do it alone. He understands it's been the work and the cooperation and the volunteerism that the community has embraced us with. And so, yes, you're absolutely correct. It is a collective effort, and we would not be where we are without that collective effort. So we're so appreciative to the community for that.
Absolutely, and we're real excited about it. It's 23 years. I mean, the idea that something like this has lasted this long is no small feat. You have things that come and things that go, but the Vision Banquet is still pressing forward so many years later, as is the Huntsville Bible College at age 30, which is a celebratory thing as well. So this is really a fun event and a great event that's happening in our community. So let's once again give people information about website and phone number. Let's not talk prices necessarily, but let's talk about where people can get more information. When is it going to happen? Where is it going to happen? And where can they get that information to be a part of this event?
Absolutely. So it will be June 3rd. It's always the first Friday in June. You can go to the website. That website is www.hbc1.edu. And let me say that one more time. www.hbc1.edu. And the telephone number is 256-469-7536. And we just encourage everyone to please go. There's a wealth of knowledge on the site. Lots of what the college is doing, lots of talk about the programs that they offer. You know, sometimes people think of a Bible college as only offering Bible college, but we do business type courses as well.
Right.
And so we do encourage you to access our web and just see what kinds of things. I believe that will generate more excitement as well. I remember when I was first perusing the website, and I didn't even remember how far-reaching the college was. And so I know if you go to that website, it will generate some enthusiasm, and anyone going there will take part of that vision, and they'll be there. Yeah. They'll be there on the 3rd of June with us.
That's real exciting. It's something that we have implied but not necessarily said outright, is that this is a family-friendly event.
Absolutely.
I mean, people can come together as families. They can come together as communities or churches or neighborhoods. I mean, there's a lot of ways to be a part of this event, and people can really find their way into this process in a variety of ways, which is also fun.
Absolutely. And I'd also just like to say that the Huntsville Bible College is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Sometimes people confuse that with a church. It's not a church.
That's right.
It is a nonprofit organization.
Yeah, absolutely, which I think gives it even more credibility in terms of some of the work that it's doing and some of the focus that it has in terms of making an impact in the community. I know people all over this community that teach at the Bible College. I know that there are people who graduated from Huntsville Bible College who are making an impact in our community today because of the work that they've been able to do there and the education that they've received. So this is a wonderful way, again, to commemorate and celebrate and move the process forward. So thank you once again for sharing this great information. Give them that website again and that phone number one more time.
The website is www.hbc1.edu. And the telephone number is 256-469-7536.
All right, Marion Guidry, she's co-chair of the 23rd Annual Vision Banquet. You're very welcome. Great talking with you today. We appreciate everything. And we thank you for tuning into our broadcast as well. We hope that you learned a lot about the Huntsville Bible College today and the great work that it's doing as a 501c3 in this community, making a difference every day in the lives of people. And we hope that you'll consider supporting this event as well. We want to invite you to like our Facebook page at Impact with Kenny Anderson. Small price to pay for watching the broadcast, as we ask you to stay connected to the information that we're sharing and share the website with somebody too, because people are always saying, I didn't know about that, didn't know what was going on, I wish I had heard about it. And this is our way of making that possible for you. So it's Impact with Kenny Anderson on Facebook. We hope that you'll like us. We'll have this video of this broadcast as well as others that we've done, and future broadcasts as well as background photos of what's happening behind the scenes. For Impact, I'm Kenny Anderson. Looking forward to talking with you soon. Have a great day.